An audience member of mine asked the question. They said Microsoft spent $69 billion on Activision Blizzard King. How exactly does this get them their money back faster? Allowing multiple storefronts to take a cut of all their sales? Now, to answer this question, I'm going to just shut my mouth. I'm going to hit play on this video from Adventures of Bang YouTube channel, where they do a Walmart walkthrough. As they're doing this Walmart walkthrough, what I want is for everybody to kind of look at what's going on in here and kind of see if after maybe 10 to 15 seconds, you can answer that question from what it is you're seeing. Are we ready? So we're 15 seconds in or so from when I said that, maybe like 8 seconds. I don't know. I got tired of waiting. And do y'all see something that may answer that question in terms of how the heck Activision Blizzard King and how, Microsoft will make their money after acquiring Activision? Well, look at all these products in Walmart. All of them are basically majority of them, if not, I won't say all of them. Majority of them are third-party products, right? So if they put their products inside of this store, Walmart gets a cut from the revenue that they make, right? So how are they going to make money if their revenue is basically being split between them and Walmart? Well, that's where pricing comes into play, right? So, for instance, if you look at the beginning of this video, the author went into Walmart and they looked at the grocery aisle. And as they were looking through the grocery aisle, they opened the refrigerator, which is where you see some of the, the dairy products and stuff. And here, they opened it and you could see the Walmart brand eggs, right? But there are other products here as well. So how is Walmart making money when they are also hosting third-party, products as well? Well, because they get a cut from the third-party products and then they get full revenue from their own products, right? And then those third-party products make revenue when they put their items in Walmart. For instance, some of them like BMX, if you go in the sports section, Spalding, if they still make stuff out there, I'm just pointing names out. Commerce. I'm showing this obvious rando video because it's gotten to the point, guys, where I just gotta do it this way. Like I gotta go super mundane. And some of you are probably thinking, all right, we get it. Commerce is not concerned about whether some people think exclusivity or whatever it is this kind of money maker. PlayStation is eating and benefiting just from taking those 30% cuts. And yet those publishers are also benefiting, staying profitable, and making money by giving PlayStation the 30% because PlayStation has the infrastructure to host their products, which is their games, as well. Xbox looks at that 70% and says, wait, hold on. Other publishers are thriving. We have 4 publishers. We want to thrive too. Bam. Put product where gamers are. It's that simple. If a product does not come to where I am, I may not waste my time going out there to buy the product. Now, if they want to lock it exclusively to their own brand and to their own whatever, that's all fine and dandy and well and good. But let's not try to minimize the mathematics of 70% from multiple sources and then make it seem all glamorous that, yes, 0% will somehow be better. Those people who are not going to buy an Xbox are never going to buy an Xbox. To Xbox, to me, to you, those folk represent 0% of Xbox's total revenue. They're not going to put any money into that Xbox ecosystem. Hence, they are 0%ers. All the money they're going to spend in the Xbox ecosystem is 0%. That's all they're going to spend. Nothing. $0, right? £0. Help me out, folk. Is this pound? Yeah! My ignorance is showing. My ignorance is showing. Symbol. I forgot it. I knew how to write it, but somehow, and I'm Nigerian, I should know this. Okay, yeah, it's the one with the E and the strike through within it. Oh, my God. I almost was doing the Euro one. That's the one that got me. Okay? £0 sterling, €0. Now, what's the euro one? Is that the double? Okay, that's the double slash. Any currency, these folk are only going to spend 0 on the PlayStation side. However, if Xbox says, well, y'all don't want to spend money, right? You're not going to buy our Xbox. You're not going to buy anything from our Xbox ecosystem. What if we now ship the games to you? 0% becomes 70%. Okay, let's do it. You know, let's say they buy a $60 game. Okay, let me get a calculator out here. It's $45, but I want to go ahead and do the whole thing for real, okay? Right? Let's do the calculation here. That way we can all see it, so that, you know, this question basically can be put to rest after the next 100 videos I make on it. You know, so what is it? 30%, 70%, right? 70%, right, of $60, $42. So $0 now becomes $42. £0 now becomes, if you're a Brit, just ignore the way I write the pound, okay? Just close your eyes. Shush. £42. If you're, you know, in other EU regions, you need to be quiet. Don't even, you're not allowed to even criticize how I write my, you know, it's not my currency. If you're from Nigeria, you know, that's how we do ours. I mean, it's not 42, but it's a different currency, whatever. But let's just call it X. Nigerians are probably laughing, going, bro, it's more, it's a different currency conversion. I was like, yes. But that 0 now becomes X. So if you're wondering how they are making their money after having spent $69 billion, or how they're making money back, or how they're making money, I don't know what it is, because 69, that's a whole different conversation, right? And we're going to get there. This is how they're doing it. Now, here's another angle. $69 billion asset, Activision Blizzard King, right, is a money-generating asset, which so far, as the business is being run very well, holds and retains that $69 billion. You see it? $69 billion. Microsoft had that in the bank. So in Microsoft's bank, let's use a big building, because these banks, they got bigger buildings. That's why, you know, that's what Dave Ramsey says anyways. He's like, well, don't give them overdraft fees. That's why they have a bigger building than yours. So in the bank, Microsoft had X billion dollars that was basically losing value based on the devaluation of the dollar, or, you know, inflation. Its buying power was going down. So let's say they had $120 billion one day, and because of the way the value of the dollar is going down, they woke up one day and they had 119 point something $8. Instead of it losing money, they went and locked it into an asset that retains its value and is also generating income out all over the place, okay? So this is what it is that they've decided to do. So this asset itself is generating income, which is what I just showed you in the previous, you know, slide. And at the same time, because it's an asset, it's appreciating in value. So $69 billion, if somebody showed up right now and said, hey, we want to buy Activision Blizzard King, Xbox could say, well, if you notice, this company has been making us billions of dollars every year, and it's almost automated. We don't have to do anything. We want to sell it for $85 billion. That company's got to go around and rally up that money, rally up investors to come around with $85 billion. So there is a hidden, and I just threw $85 billion out there. It may not be. We can find what the valuation. So what is the current, hold on, estimated valuation of Activision Blizzard? 74. The current value is around 74. Okay, so that was a huge estimate. Let's do this. $74 billion. So 69 bill, 74 bill. You see the difference? Money has already been made, and money is still being made with that particular acquisition. Does that make sense? However, if you're wondering how this looks like on the other side of the divide, let's just go ahead and look at it, right? Bungie was acquired for $3.6 billion, right? Bungie is an asset because they are an income generating $3.6 billion. They're an income generating firm who generates money, although not as big as Activision Blizzard King, right? And right now, the question is, what is their valuation doing? Is it appreciating or is it depreciating? We can ask Google, what's the current valuation of Bungie? And see what it says. It says acquisition, blah, 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 and it's intent to acquire $3.6 billion, but we don't know. Is it 3.6? Did I say 3.4 or 3.6? As of now, we don't know what the valuation of Bungie looks like. But with everything that's going on, if somebody showed up and said, we want to buy Bungie, and Sony says, we'll sell them to you for $3.6 billion, the person will be like, who? Nah. They'll walk away. So that already tells you that its valuation may not be going up. May. And I'm giving anecdotes here. Don't come and tell me that, oh, I said something without any data. Would you pay $3.6 billion for Bungie if you had $3.6 billion to invest? Aha, that should be a very important question. If you'd pay 3.6, then they'll sell it to you for 3.6. But I don't know any investor. I wouldn't pay 3.6 billion for it. If you ask me right now to come acquire Bungie, it's literally 100 mil is what I'm going to be talking about if I had it. I don't have 100 mil, but that's what I'll be saying, because that studio has got to be gutted from ground up, and then just give me all their IP and their intellectual property and their technologies. Somebody might say that's just crazy. But is it though? You see the way Firewalk disappeared? The valuation of Firewalk is $0 on any books you look at. Or negative something X $100 million or X $1 million. That will be its valuation on the books. So you got to think about it that way. If you're looking at, say, how these companies are making money and what in the world they're doing, this is a way to actually picture and get a clear, get a clear, visual of whatever the heck it is that's, it's going on. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate y'all so much. Peace out.